Good morning, y'all. Good morning. It is a beautiful Thursday morning. I hope everyone is blessed, having just a precious time waking up and not being on the fire alarm. I woke up late, oh my goodness, bus this morning, because I know that can be quite alarming for everyone. Anyways, if you are new here, my name is Sandra Waldrop, and you are watching Kingdom Acres. This is my segment this morning on Craft Round the Clock. I'm looking a little wonky. Let me see here if I can fix my camera. Good morning, Miss Tracy. So, last week, when was it? I think it was last week. I made this cute little sheep person. I want to say sheep person. It's not a person, just a little sheep shelf sitter. Peter Pickle Piper tongue twister this morning. So, anyways, I made a sheep, y'all. I made the sheep, and I just thought it would turn out so cute. Good morning, Miss Lori. Aw, thank you, Lori. Yes, I was a little under the weather. I normally go live on Mondays, and after being at the rodeo for several days in a row, at like several times, my body was just like, we're gonna have a fever, you're gonna have a sore throat, things are not gonna happen. So, but it only lasted that one day. It was really weird. I only had a fever for Monday, and my sore throat is gone, and so I'm still a little congested, but I think that everybody is, because spring, you know, all the things are blooming, including my sinuses. So anyways, so back to my sheep. We're gonna be making another sheep, just a little bit of a different situation on that. Good morning, Miss Diane. How are you? Hopefully we have enough time to get it done, because what I've done in my brain is we've taken this sweet little prairie dress pattern and then my sheep head pattern, and we're gonna make a precious little sheep person. In my brain, she's looking similar to the evil sheep off of Zootopia. Okay, the mayor. She's the mayor? No, she's the mayor's assistant. Whoever she is on that movie. She's adorable. She's absolutely adorable until she turns evil. As are most people. They're super sweet until you realize they're evil. Good morning, Mary. So, anyways, I've already cut out my prairie dresses. Literally, you just take your pattern and you have your one piece of fabric folded over, and you cut it out twice. You do that twice for a front and the back. Okay, so I'm looking for, I don't really think this, I'm pretty sure this is homespun. There's no like right or wrong side to this checkered fabric, whatever you want to call it. Words are going to come to my brain this morning in the name of Jesus. I'm claiming that in the name of Jesus. Words are going to come to me. So I'm just going to go to town with my handy dandy glue gun, because I'm a handy dandy glue gun person. Okay. And we'll see how well this comes together. I also have my little, we'll see if I need this. Hi Irma, how are you today? So I'm just going around the shoulder. Oh, that was folded. Ah, not my finger. Ouch, ouch, ouch. It's fine. I don't actually need any fingerprints. None needed for the things that I do, right? Hello, Natalie. How are you? Good morning. All my sweet friends are here this morning. This morning I woke up and I was just like, I just wanted to stay in bed. I had my electric heating blanket on, and it's been chilly outside here, especially in the mornings, and so I just wanted to stay in bed, but I got up to enjoy being with you people, and I'm so glad that I did, because you know that feeling doesn't last, right? It's just like a temporary, I don't want to get out of bed feeling, and then when you actually do, you feel so much better. If I had stayed in bed and not gotten up to be with you lovely people this morning, I know I would have regretted it. So I'm glad that I did. Okay. Super simple. And this is something you could probably make with a child, maybe like a preteen and up, just because pattern cutting can be a little bit on the frustrating side if you're dealing with young children. Look at that. So this is just like a little cone from Dollar Tree, and I've got that going, and I just wanted to see, this is going to be my doll form. My little dress form, whatever you want to call it. We're just going to use this to help us out. You could probably just stuff this with cotton, depending on how you want to do this. Okay. We're going to see how this comes together. I don't have a complete plan. I have contingency plans. Like if this doesn't work, we can try this or do that. And we're just going to plug away at it until we get her just right. Just what we're looking for. Okay. So now we did that, and y'all had seen me make the head, but we've got another head to make. So this is my pattern. I used the round bowl to make the circle-y part, and then I used a bunny ear from the Hoosier Hollow bunnies to make the ear on it. Just trace the ear on the pattern. And then we've got our little sheep head. So, I just need to remember how I did this. Remember, brain, remember. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and glue it at the top. I think what I did last time, memory serves, is I glued it and then I used my little clicky stitch tool to stabilize it, because I know the hot glue doesn't always want to work the best with fabric. It likes to come apart, doesn't like to be long lasting, but when you use your little, it works just a little bit better. It gets nice and stable, as opposed to me. Just kidding. All right, I'm putting plenty of glue on the ears because I don't stuff the ears. Oh no, I should not have done that because I was going to turn it inside out. I guess we're not going to turn this one inside out. How about that? Maybe we could still. Let me just take this glue off. I'll just spend my time here like taking glue off with you. I don't care. I just want to see you people this morning. Share my life with you. Y'all bring so much joy to me. That'll be the back of her head. Okay. Just remember, you always have the option to have the back of a head or the back. Any mess ups can always go to the back. Okay, we're going to start that over. Don't do the ears yet. That's what I did last time. I did not do the ears until the very end. So don't do the ears until you're ready to do the ears, which is not now. Okay. And then I'm gonna go around. I'm just gonna leave a little. Well, what am I doing? Okay, yes. Sorry, sometimes you just have to think it through. I actually have had coffee this morning, y'all. This is just me, me being me. Thanks, Jan. What am I doing? That's the perfect thing to sprinkle out this morning. Y'all just stick with me, okay? This is either going to be a how-to or a comedy. We don't know yet. And that didn't go through. Okay. That's all right. There we go. That one went through. Look at that. It just pokes on through. Okay. And then, okay. And it holds the material for you so it doesn't come apart when you try to flip it right side out. And then, you know, and then it likes to try to pull apart that glue. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've got a stickerooski here. Okay. Come on. There we go. There we go. That goes in there. Okay. So anyways, what do y'all have going on this morning? Good morning, Cindy. Oh, Kefany, my love, how are you? Milan, that is such a beautiful name. Good morning. Sharon, howdy, my sweet friend. Susanna, sorry, my eyeballs. I hope y'all are doing well. I am so nervous. I need y'all's prayers today for me, okay? I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon, and it's with the infectious disease doctor for my kidneys, okay? So that's one reason to be nervous all by itself, but I have to drive to League City for this appointment, which I'm sure most of you don't know what that means, but it means like, it means heavy traffic. It means going to somewhere that's unfamiliar, and it means the possibility of having to get into an elevator. And I know that sounds silly, but I am not an elevator. I lost the other. Okay, there it is. I'm not an elevator person. I don't do elevators. My daughter had a doctor's appointment in Houston one day, where her appointment was on the 17th floor of this building. 17th, 1-7. And we navigated our way to the creepy stairwell because I don't do elevators, and we hiked up 17 flights of stairs. We had to take a few breaks. But even the nurses were like, you know what? When you have that quick of a change in elevation, it really messes with you. So, you know, okay. If I were going to do this again, I would do it the way I did it last time, where I did all this first and then I flipped it out from the top. So that would probably be best, to glue all this bottom part. We're not going to worry about that right now, though. What we're going to do is we're going to make our little Baba Black sheep Baba Black. And we're going to do that with a mixture slurry of the Apple Barrel Matte Black acrylic paint mixed with some coffee grunge. Well, let's just get this being the color we want it first off. Thank you, Kefany. Yes, I mean, the drive is a little bit of something, you know, it's not But like of all my worries, it is really the least of all my worries, because the biggest thing is, are they going to try to force me onto an elevator? I know that I've never actually had anybody try to force me onto an elevator, but that's always like a thing, like, oh no, the stairwell is only for blah, blah, blah. It's only for emergencies and, you know, personnel or whatever. Or, you know, maybe it's just inaccessible or something of that nature. And so I don't like to walk in a spirit of fear. So I'm really trying to rely on the Lord to take captive my thoughts today, and just work out everything to where we don't have any traumatic events today. Not as opposed to any other day. We don't want trauma any day, but especially not today on an elevator, because that would not be cool at all. At the end of the day, everything's gonna be fine, right? We're supposed to be going to a like a beach day with our co-op friends, but I have a doctor's appointment, so Grandma's gonna take the little one, and then my teenager is just gonna go with me to the doctor because she doesn't want me to go alone. So praise God for daughters. Really? Okay, you know what? My little one, my 10-year-old, I'd say a few years ago, we went to the art museum in Houston, and she actually, about halfway down the escalator, she took a tumble. She fell down the escalator. She was okay. She did get a little banged up. She had a boo-boo. You know, the stairs on that are very like grabby, so it did get her. But, you know, no breaks, none of that craziness. But now she's nervous to be on an escalator. And so when we were in Houston, her older sister's competition, her horticulture competition, was on the second floor, and they do have elevators, but the escalators are very convenient. You just, you know, hop on there, just right there. And at first she was nervous, but Daddy was right there, held onto her and everything, and it was fine. And she's still short enough that she can't really see over the side, but I think it's just like getting on and off. She's kind of worried about like tripping and everything. But by the end of our stint there at Houston, she was doing much better with it. Kids are just so resilient like that, and I really wish I could be like that with these elevators. Like, I want more than anything to just be able to get on an elevator and not have it bother me. But like, literally even thinking about being on an elevator just makes my heart start pounding. So we are, of all the things, going to the doctor, that's what I'm worried about. Oh, I know. We all have our little quirks, I think, though, right? Do we not? We've all got our little things that kind of either make us cringe or we're just kind of quirky about. Okay, hold that up right there this time. Last time I did this, I had my blower pointed at nothing. Just literally nothing the entire time. This time I'm going to be a little bit more, just a little bit better about that, okay? All right. Try to get my fingers slightly cleaned off. Little sip of water. Because kidneys, right? They need hydration. Okay. So we want that. I'm thinking she's going to need little black arm, like little hands coming out of this maybe. So we'll see what we can do there. I don't know if we want to do like a dowel and just have that, or probably not a dowel. Probably not. We'll probably do something. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along. If I do elevators, I have to be in the front and then just look down. Yes, Cindy, I get it. Hi, Miss Mary, how are you? Yeah, I wish I could even do that. Sometimes if my husband is with me, he'll just hold me. A few years ago, my nephew had to have brain surgery, like literal brain surgery. And he was just under a year old. And there was no way I was not going to see him in the hospital. And there was no stairwell for me. That just was not an option. And so I got on the elevator with my husband and I just cried the whole way up. And I just held on to my husband as tightly as I could. And he just let me have my feelings, and he was very supportive. And so, yeah. It's just rough. We live in an elevator world. We live in an elevator world, so anybody with struggles getting on the elevator, I feel you. I feel your pain. We're almost dry here. We are on our way to being dry, that's for sure. I'm just going to stick some of this in here while it keeps drying. Because that 45 minutes goes fast. And if we want to get to the fun part of all the fun little extra things we like to add. So anyways, you got 2 hours, Stephanie? Holy cookies. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I have been stuck on an elevator by myself before, and ever since then I've had this issue. It was probably like a minute, maybe two. And you know, it's crazy because you pick up those phones on those elevators and it goes directly to 911. But they don't know where you're at. And you're like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm in an elevator and I'm panicking and I need your help. And they're like, all right, well, I'll get someone to you. And they are completely not compassionate in this situation. Because I called, I picked up the phone and they were like, oh, okay. And then they're hanging up. And I'm like, don't you hang up with me. You get somebody else to call maintenance or whatever they've got to do. Or, I want to hear lights and sirens coming down the road right now. I don't, this is an emergency. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. So crazy, yes. These elevators can't be trusted. They cannot be trusted. Because anytime I bring up being stuck on an elevator, there are always several other people who are like, oh yeah, I've been stuck on an elevator. Heights in general freak you out. I'm not the funnest with heights, but when it comes to enclosed areas, I'm just I can't trust myself. I'm terrified to get on an airplane because, what if I just go turn crazy, what if my brain shuts down and I just try to open the escape hatch and jump out mid-flight and then I get banned for opening, I wake up in prison, in jail. I don't know how that would work, but I just feel like that's probably like not, I don't know if it's a rational fear, but it's definitely something to think about if you know that about yourself, that you could maybe just not fly. Maybe only go places you can drive to. So I would love to see the world, but I am bound by oceans. And I will probably never go on a cruise. My poor husband. I don't know if he would want to go on a cruise with our children without me. I doubt he would ever do that. I know that he wants to go on a cruise. I don't know. Maybe if the boat was big enough, I wouldn't panic. But there's no telling. There's no telling. Poor guy. I'm going to have to suck it up probably for that. I hear that if you get a big enough boat, when you go on a cruise, then you can't really tell. Like, it just feels like you're at a big old hotel. So maybe one day, but not today. Glass elevators. You know what? I don't know why they don't make all elevators glass, or like have different options for people where some people can ride the glass elevators if that's their preference, and some people can ride the enclosed, you know, elevators where they don't have to see the heights. Because I think that if like I can see sunlight and I can see, like, I don't feel like I've been swallowed up by a whale, then maybe I'll be okay, you know? Maybe. I don't know. I'll just keep doing God's will, and hopefully I won't get swallowed up by a whale. Whatever I feel like he's calling me to do, I'm on it. Toot sweet, okay? I'm doing it because I do not want to get swallowed up by that whale. All right, so I'm going to take my little tool here and I'm going to squeeze together the ears like that. Maybe if I could stay in frame, y'all will. So I'm just going to squeeze it together so that it'll make my little ear thing there. And I'm going to get this little needle to go through and then shoot that stitch through. And then I shall do it again. There, the ears are still wet, so I was stitching my daughter's dress the other day because she was borrowing her older sister's dress and she just needed the back like cinched kind of. And she was like, what is all over that? And I was like, paint. So it got black on it. She's like, what is that? It's like, it's paint, it's dry. No reason to worry. Nothing to see. So that's how we're looking. I know she's not looking quite as cute as the evil villain from Zootopia, but we'll get her there. Okay, I'm just gonna make her little eyes here. Oh, that one didn't go through. So I'm gonna make sure you get it all the way through. Well, gosh golly. We're gonna, okay. If it gives you any trouble, just try shooting it across the room. Shooting one of the little things. There we go, I think. Why are we not going? All right, here. I saw it come, but then it's like going back in. All right. Well, I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. Maybe if I go from the other direction though. Just give it another try. Nope, it's just being silly. Oh, wait, actually, it did go. Ha ha! All right. I got my little glue side. Look at what happened with that glue. It's fine. That's to the back. This is to the front. And now let's see our little dress here. Okay. All right, here. I'm just gonna kind of push in that tip. I'm gonna glue her down here. Putting plenty of glue. Try not to take off skin. I might have put a tad bit much glue. Oh. It is. It's a close tag thing. It's called a stitch, G-U-N. I don't want to use the actual word because Facebook doesn't like that word. But you know what I mean. Good morning. Oh, thank you. It's overcast in Maine. Oh, man. That stinks. Yeah, I love the sun. I love it. So my daughter, a couple weeks ago, maybe it wasn't last week. It was a couple weeks ago. She got a huge glob of hot glue on her thumb. And I can tell this is going to blister. That got me pretty good right there. And it hurt like the dickens. Like she was in a lot of pain. Her and her Duds to Dazzle team, they were crafting to prepare for their competition that they have coming up. And she got that on there, and I used a product called Colloidal Silver Gel. There are many brands on Amazon if you want to look this up. Colloidal Silver Gel. And it's basically aloe vera mixed with colloidal silver. Colloidal silver by itself for burns is amazing. It's just one of those holistic remedies that you can even make at home with just like some wires, battery, distilled water, and silver rods like sticking in there. I do make my own colloidal silver, but I ordered the colloidal silver gel because when it comes to a burn, the mixture like put on a burn will heal you up. Cute, sweet. Surprise. Oh, the beach. I do like the beach. Wait. You're over the ocean? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. This is how she's looking. Not where, she's definitely not there yet, y'all, okay? She's definitely not there yet, but she's getting there, right? Okay, so what I want to do is I want to give her some fluff, okay? We're just going to glue some fluff on her. I looked at a picture of, I don't even know her name, the evil villain off of Zootopia, whatever her name may be, because she's the closest to what I wanted as far as like what this to look like. I don't necessarily want this to look like her, but she was the closest. So I was trying to like get like, okay, do we need fur on the face? Yes, we do. She has fur on the face. So let's do this. And this might be a flop. I don't know how this is going to turn out today. I still have yet to find my buttons for the eyes of my little sheep. If I could find my buttons, that would make my life so much simpler, because I think button eyes on these on these sheep would be so cute. So cute. Ah. Okay. And if she needs a haircut or a beard shave, just remember that's always a possibility. You can always give her a little bit of a beard shave. And you can do the back of her head too. We're just going to focus on the front for time's sake, because I've only got like 12 minutes left. Oh, but I did burn the pickles out of my thumb with that hot glue that decided to come out on the back here. But that's okay. All right, let's give her a little apron. And I don't know if we should do like a lace apron. Let's see here. Oh, my thumb is not happy from being burned. But that's okay. We'll survive. Okay, so there's this. Oh yes, so cute. Maybe up a little bit more. Okay. And again, be careful with this hot glue because we're gonna hot glue this on here also. I'll lay that on there. Haha! I knew it would come through. It got on my scissors instead of my fingers. Oh, welcome, Lynn. Welcome. I missed your comment going up, but I see Miss Mary from Ocean Breeze and Me welcoming you in. Welcome. Okay. Look at, she's got her little apron on. She's my little prairie sheep. I think a little prairie sheep is just what we need. You could do a whole, like, flock of prairie sheep, or you could do like all kinds of barnyard prairie, like Little House on the Prairie characters. Oh my gosh, that would be so cute. That would be so cute. You could do a duck, you could do a chicken, you could do a sheep, a mooey. You could do a mooey. All right, where did my baggie go? Oh goodness me, what did I do with my things? Oh, there it is. I move things and then things go on top of it, and then let's see here. I've got my rusty bells and safety pins. We're gonna try to safety pin this through to make it look like it, but I'm just gonna stick it through existing holes because it is so hard to get rusty safety pins through actual fabric. So that's cute. All right, but I want some jute. I think it would look so cute to wrap some jute around her. Maybe like this. Give her like a little belt even. Just do a few little wraps around here. And I still want to give her some hands, but I probably will not have time on this live, so sorry guys. Cruella de Vil, no, I'm referring to on Zootopia. There is a sheep, and she works for the mayor, and she is injecting all of like the predatory type of animals with nightshade berry something or other, and it's like poisoning them and making them turn feral, kind of like what I would be on an airplane, I imagine. and so look, oh, that belt is so cute on her. Okay, let's even do a little bell here. I'm gonna take this off and see if I can put the bell on with it. Maybe. Yes, it worked. I got it over the little bend on the safety pin. Stick that back up right on there. Oh, so cute, so cute. Okay, what else do we have? We have some pip berries we could do, but I think we're gonna I'm gonna take a step back here and let me just look at her. I think she needs some grunging. Okay, so I'm just gonna take an old crusty brush, try to squish it out. Good morning, Liz. Oh, she's looking a lot better. Thank you, Joe Helen. All right, and I'm just gonna use this little Dollar Tree paintbrush here, and I'm just gonna kind of go to grunging. Grunging her up a bit here. I do think that with once I find my stinking, pardon my language, my buttons, her face will look so much more personable. I just need my buttons. Might just have to go buy more buttons. This is my life. I can't find what I need, so I have to rebuy it. And then I end up with a surplus. So I put the surplus in a specific place, like, you know, a special place. But anytime I make a special place for anything, I forget where the special place was, and then I end up having to buy more because I need it and I can't find it, and I'm always in a rush. So, I'm in a hurry to get things done. Oh, rushing, life's no fun. There's a little 90s country for you. I love 90s country. Love me some George Strait, check yes or no. The Judds. The Judds are like my favorite. My favoritist ever. She's getting there, our little prairie girl. So y'all just please keep me in your prayers today, because I don't know what this doctor is gonna tell me, and I'm already like mentally done with doctors. And I do this. I've done this in the past where I've had kidney issues before. And then I'll just like stop going to the doctors because they're like, oh, well, we need to refer you to this other ologist for this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I just want you to tell me, like, just give me a straight answer on what the issue is currently with this. And they're like, not it. They're not, you know, like, I realize that it takes a lot of like things to get to an answer sometimes. It is a vicious circle. George Strait and Luke Combs. Oh. Yes, George Strait is, he's the king, right? So, king of country. My daughter scrambled at the Houston Rodeo on Tuesday, and I think I want to give her a little bit of blush on Tuesday. And that night they had red clay strays. This is bright magenta. I'm just going to give her a little bit of blush. So, though I don't listen to a whole lot of new secular music, I guess you would say, I had done some research on them because we were going to be there, and I wanted to know like kind of what group of fans were going to be there, like how to dress for the occasion, etc., etc. And in my research said that, you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm mixing the acrylic paint with some coffee grunge. My research said that They were kind of like a gospel, country, rock, just very eclectic mix of styles. And just like the music geek in me was very impressed because they are very classic country, even bluegrass style, but like their costuming was a mixture of Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash. And so my girls and I were like highly impressed because that's not a style you see very much. I'm just going to use my finger to kind of blend this in, give her some blush there. Little Miss Rosy Cheeks. So we were very pleasantly surprised about that. We were geeking out because they had a real upright piano on stage, which is obviously a lot of work to get that on there. Hi, Cynthia. Aw, thanks, Natalie. And so, you know, we thought that was cool because normally people just bring in a keyboard, which nothing against keyboards. Like, I love a good keyboard, but a piano, like, that's really cool. Look at her. I love that she looks like she has like a beard. It reminds me of the beard on the husband, Scarlett O'Hara, Gone with the Wind. If you know, you know. Her first husband or second husband. He's got like the beard that wraps around like that. And the guy was supposed to marry her sister. And her sister's like, that's Scarlett. She's gone and married my, whatever his name is. And now I'm going to be an old maid. She's got his beard. That's what that looks like to me. Oh, goodness. Anyways, their style was absolutely like something to take note of if that's like your interest. Like, you definitely want to check them out. Now, I will say, just because I'm a Christian and my time's up, but I'm going to say this before I go because, I did look in his eyes, okay? You know, the camera gets up close to their eyes, and you can see a person's soul in their eyes. And I was very worried for this performer that he may have sold his soul. And because I was looking at them, and I can't make any claims on anybody's salvation because I don't know them, I don't know their story. But we definitely need to be in prayer for these people who are so influential over our youth and over society, because when they get to selling their soul for fame and money, they can lead a whole lot of people over a cliff. So I'm just saying, I will say that I can appreciate their style while taking note of this person might be in trouble. Anyways, all right, there's my little girl for today. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging with me and seeing my sweet little sheep lady. And I will see you all very soon. I believe Monday is my next live. And please, again, be in prayer for me today with me and all my extraness. And I will see you all soon. Thank you again for being with me. And thank you for homemaking a homemade home with me today. Bye, y'all.